In the past few years, the UC system has seen deep cutbacks from the state that have resulted in fewer class offerings and higher tuition for students, while university administrators have tried to prevent a downward spiral and preserve its reputation as one of the top public universities in the country. Dr. Pradeep Khosla is UC San Diego's new chancellor. He's here to talk about his new job and his goals for UC San Diego. Welcome.
Thank you, Peggy.
Dr. Khosla, your first day was on Wednesday.
Yes.
What was that like?
I started my day at 7:30 a.m. and finished at 10:30 p.m. And the good thing about the day was I was tired and ready to sleep. But more importantly, it was very invigorating. It was very exciting. We have an amazing institution out here in San Diego.
And you met with students, you
I met
walked
with
around
students,
campus?
I met with faculty, I had dinner with a donor, I met with alumni who have started companies and are impacting San Diego economy.
Your former position was Dean of Carnegie Mellon School of Engineering. That's a much smaller institution. Obviously, UC San Diego is a lot bigger. How is that going to impact how you do your job here?
I'll have to think in terms of how to scale my thinking from about 10,000 students in all of Carnegie Mellon to about 30,000 in UC San Diego, but actually more like 3,000 in engineering versus 30,000 in UC San Diego, so it's a 10x scaling. I'll have to get used to the fact that I'm in a public institution now and not in a private institution where the regulations and the framework is slightly different. But the good thing is our mission is the same.
Yeah, your mission is the same. How so?
We are there to educate, to create and disseminate knowledge, to educate high quality, high class undergraduate student population who's going to go out there and be a world citizen. And we do the same at UC San Diego.
All right, same mission. Tuition and fees are steadily rising across the UC system. The Board of Regents actually regulates the tuition in the UC system. Is that anything that you can control, or will you have an impact on those tuition costs?
You know, I wish I could say I could control it and I will have an impact, but my understanding is that that is done at the office of the president's level and it's decided by the regents. But to the extent I have the opportunity to influence it, I know which way I want to influence it, downwards.
Okay. 70% tuition increases in fees in the last 5 years at the UC system. Because of those tuition rises and cutbacks, your salary of $411,000 has raised some eyebrows among the students, and they have some concerns. Will that be an issue for you?
I think I fully understand the students and the parents' angst in terms of how much the tuition has gone up. And in my mind, the real issue is how are we going to increase our fundraising efforts and philanthropy so that going forward the tuition rates hikes are not that high. Secondly, it's important to understand that in the UC system, nearly about 40% of the students pay no tuition because of the California Blue and Gold plan. In the UC San Diego campus, 60% students have financial aid of some sort or the other, and my goal is to work hard to make that pot bigger.
You mentioned some of your plans to raise money. The governor's tax initiative, if it does not pass in November, will mean a $35 million budget cut to UC San Diego. Are you preparing for that with your endowment plan?
I wish I could say yes, but in a matter of 6 months, you cannot raise enough endowment to compensate for a $35 million cut. So we'll have to think about other strategies to manage the $35 million cut. With that said, I'm hoping and praying every second that the initiative does pass. We support it. We want it to pass for the good of this state and for the good of this country.
Okay, your number one priority?
My number one priority would be improving or enhancing the student educational experience. As a university, we exist because of students. That should be our focus. We should never lose sight of that fact. And the fact we need money is not for the sake of money. It's for the sake of the student. It's for the sake of a higher quality faculty. It's for the sake of making an impact on the local economy.
It does have an impact on the local economy by far. It's into the millions, right?
To the billions. UC San Diego is the largest employer based in San Diego, about 27,000 employees, about 30,000 students. It contributes about $20 billion plus to the local economy, has about 150 companies that create about 15,000 jobs for this local economy. It is a very high impact player.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dr. Khosla.
Thank you, Peggy.